Homestead, and I was outside gathering up seeds from my flowers. A lot of them, the flowers were dying off, and instead of just pinching off the dead flower and throwing it away, I wanted to save the seed from it. So I was gathering up the seeds, and I stopped and I was like, hold on. I need to film this. So I thought I'd just take you along, kind of show you what I have, and just show you like what the seeds look like on some of them, because I think it's really cool. So here we go. So I thought I'd mention Anna here is my photographer, I guess, filmer. There's a term for it. I know. So I thought I'd mention that because she's being a very good helper for me. So first plant we're going to start off with, this is my calendula. So I have the scissors here in case I want to snip off the top, but I think I can just pluck this off. So I'm going to pull that out. Oh, here. This is a calendula seed. It's kind of a crescent moon shaped. It's got the ridges in it. It's on the bigger side. Oh, here's a better one. This is what they typically will look like. I think they're really cool. They almost have like a, I guess like a seashell shape to them. So they're easy to identify, especially if you get them like I have. Oh, this is a huge one. If you get them in like a wildflower packet, they're easy to identify in there because of that really unique shape. So I'm just going to go through, and on the tops of all of the dead flowers, I'm just going to pinch them off, and then when I get back inside, I'm going to go through, pull out basically the chaff part, the petals, and leave the seeds. So I have another calendula here. Anna, you want to come around? There we go. So this is my yellow one. All of these came in the same mix from Baker Creek Seeds. I love their seed company. Let me see. I'm trying to find good dry ones. You don't want to get the wet ones because it will cause all your other seeds to mold, and that's not good. So I don't think any of these are dried. They've been watered earlier today, and a few of my bigger ones. Okay, here. This should work. Oh, some good big seeds off this. Look at that. That's good. This is another yellow one, so you still get to see what the yellow ones look like. That's so wet. They got kind of a bit of color to them. If they turn totally brown, you know you're pretty safe, but if the seeds still have some color to them, if the petals, sorry, still have some color to them, you know they're probably still wet. And see how this is brown at the base? That shows that it's dead, but this one's still green. So it's still got some life to it. You want those seeds to be nice and dried. I gotta get off these hot rocks. My feet are hurting. Okay. I believe these are all my calendulas that I had dried out. I'm gonna take these inside, grab another bowl, and we'll start in some different flowers. Okay, so this is my chamomile here. The wind has already blown away pretty much all of the tops off this plant. I have some others that I will gather some more seeds off of, but I want to get what I can off of this. Now the chamomile seeds are super tiny, so I don't feel comfortable enough just picking them off and sprinkling them in. I think I'm just going to make a mess of it. So I'm going to clip off the tops into my bowl here, and hopefully I save more. So I'm trying to get the ones that have basically died off the top. A lot of them have already fallen off of this plant. But let me see. When I say a lot, that might be the only one that has some. Oh, here. It has a little bit left on it. Wow, there went a lot. Okay, so let's move on. I have this plant here has one. See, it's all brown there. Pretty much has the whole top on it. So you see all these little, I don't know if you can see them. Is it nuked? I know sometimes it gets pretty bright. But all these little kind of creamy things, those are your tiny seeds. Anna, you want to take them over here to my big rock wall? I have a lot of caramel here. I know that these videos that I make are not as professional as Mama's, so it's probably not as good as hers. Whoop. Yeah, spiderweb on that one. Hey, Caddy. You want to show Caddy? This is our old barn cat. We've had her forever. She showed up here when she was just a kitten. I think she's about 11, maybe 12 or 11. She's really old for a cat. She still hangs out here. Oh, pretty girl. I'll work more on this chamomile while Anna snuggles Caddy, and then we'll show you when we go to the next one. So these are Anna's violets that she planted in the fall. And some of the seed pods have burst open. I was supposed to get them when they were just about to open, but I missed these. So I'm just going to trim these off, and I'll get whatever seeds are remaining out of them inside. Let me see if I can show you. The seeds in here, they're this little bitty, oh here, little bitty light brown seeds. And Anna, you want to tell us, were these flowers easy to plant, hard to plant? Were they fun?
They were really fun to plant and they were really easy.
Why did you pick these?
Because they have little shapes as bunny ears.
Yep, the little flowers, they have kind of a bunny appearance when they first bloom. And you can see the bunny ears on them. She thought that was so cute. And we kept them in the greenhouse. And they really gave a lot of joy in that building while everything else was still trying to grow. Trying to get this one off. There we go. So I'm gonna work on this, and then I think we'll head into the garden. I've got some of my greens that have bolted that we need to get the seeds off of as well. Okay, so this is our kale here. As you can see, it's definitely gone to seed. And I'm going to go ahead and trim off, Anna, you want to come here and show them the dried pods of these? Let me see. Here, I'll snip one off and open it up and they can see what it looks like. The seeds inside, this is really good. Kind of a reddish color. They're circle and they're small. So that's your kale seed. I really like this kale variety. It's the I think it's a Russian variety. I want to say it's like Russian red. Don't quote me on that though. Russian Ragged Jack is what I want to say, but that does not sound right. So, I'm just going to clip these off because going through by hand is going to take way too long. And this, I'm just going to put into my seed bags, just in the pods. instead of going through and opening up each and every pod and getting out the seeds, it's easier and quicker for me just to throw them in a bag. And then when I go to plant, I'll just grab out a pod, open it up, sprinkle the contents out, and just let nature take its course. I don't do everything fancy. My seeds will quite often have other stuff mixed in, random bits of leaf. Just as long as they grow and they're what you actually marked them as, then you're good. So I'm going to continue on this, and then we'll come back for our next vegetable. Okay, so I don't know how much we're going to get off of these. I let these go a little too long, and my bok choy here that had bolted, most of the pods have already opened up, and I've lost a lot of the seeds. So I'm going to try to get what I can and leave the rest. Maybe they'll all sprout and I'll have a field of bok choy. So I'm going to go through. Let's see. Oh, that's already empty. Let me see here. So, bok choy looks a lot like kale. They're slightly less red. They have a tad bit more brown to them. And their pods are smaller. So, I'm going to trim. This is my purple bok choy. I'll have to do those, and then my radishes, and then my King Tut peas. But right now, we're focusing on the green bok choy. The pods are so fragile, they're opening up. I'm probably losing a whole lot of stuff here. Always remember, as soon as your stuff goes dry, get the seeds if you're planning on saving them, because the pods will open up and they will find any chance they can to escape you. Whoop. Oh, a lot came out of that one. See, just as I was talking about, right underneath the bok choy planters, I have a bok choy coming up. The seeds have all fallen. I have a little bok choy here. I had another one around here. Oh yeah, I had that little guy right there. He's coming up. I got a guy over there. He's coming up. So, let's see. I had another one. And if you look up, oh yeah, right here. Not that one. This one. He's coming up. And if you look in the planter, I've got bok choy also coming up. Look down. I got some there. Oh, it's all blurry. And the purple bok choy, I also have them coming up. So maybe all these lost seeds aren't that bad after all. So now we're moving on to the purple bok choy. Almost the same thing that happened with the green bok choy happened with the purple bok choy. Deal with the purple bok choy. I only planted a little bit of it. I like it. I like the color it gives to the salads, but it's not something I'm going to do a crazy amount of. Here, hold on. I don't know if you heard that loud car, and then Caddy was walking in my flowers. So, okay, where was I? The purple bok choy. Okay, so I like it, but I'm not going to do a whole lot of it. But it still was really cute. It only got like maybe, the plant only got that big until it bolted. So it was definitely a baby bok choy. But I'm just going to do the same thing that I did with my green bok choy and just clip off the pods. So these are radishes. Thing about them, even though the seed pods look so huge, the seeds are actually smaller and they're enclosed in a lot of fluff. So here's a radish seed. They blend in with my skin. They're almost the exact same color. But there's not that much seeds in that huge pod. There's only 2 seeds in that huge pod that I just showed you, because it's a whole lot of fluff in there, which doesn't make much sense. So even though it looks like I've got like 1,000 seeds here, it's not that much. So I'm just going to do just what I did for my kale and for my bok choy. I'm just going to clip these off, and then we're going to go to the king tut peas after this. So this is our last thing that we're going to do. These are our king tut purple peas. As you saw in the May garden tour video, these were getting a little too dried, and it's time now to gather the dried pods and take them inside for seed. We used some not dried pods out for a soup that we had, and they worked so good in that soup. So I'm definitely going to be planting a lot more of these next year, or maybe even this fall. Cool story about these peas. Rumor has it that not only did the explorers find in King Tut's tomb the mummy of the king, jars of honey, a whole bunch of gold, a curse that was somehow brought about by mosquitoes and barking dogs, they also found peas. And this variety of pea has come from those peas that were found in King Tut's tomb. Cool story. Don't know if it's true or not, but I think it's something. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up these, and then we'll meet up in the kitchen once I'm done, and I'll kind of show you how I put them into bags and mark them, and then we'll get them put away. Okay, so we're back. I have all of my seeds that I've gathered out in front of me, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of each kind, their proper names, since some of them I didn't tell you. They're like proper names, just their variety, and I don't know. I feel like I want it to be informative, and I want you to know the actual names in case you maybe want to grow these yourselves. So of the calendula that I gathered, I did the flashback mix. All of these plants here, thank you, Mama.
The light is flickering, it annoyed me.
All of these plants that I've actually done are from Baker Creek Seeds. So that's where you can find these, but this is the flashback mix of the calendula. That's the kind that I grew. For Anna's flowers that she did the bunny ears. It's a pansy, but pansies and violets are actually related, so they can be used in pretty much the exact same way. So I have her seeds. We did German chamomile. The peas that I did were King Tut peas. The purple bok choy was Purple Lady bok choy. The green bok choy was a baby bok choy called Tatsoy. This is the one that does so good here. If you guys like bok choy and you live in the Ozarks, try this. The radishes I did were the Easter basket mix. These do really well here as well. The kale that I did, that I couldn't remember the name of, is the Russian Red or Ragged Jack. So I was close. So I did those. And there was a flower that I gathered seeds of before I started filming, and I didn't show you that, but it was the Rubinado, I hope I pronounced that right, Cosmos. And they have kind of dark gray spearhead seeds. Let me grab one out for you. As I showed you all the others, there's the Cosmos. Okay. So now that you know what all I have, I'm going to go ahead and bag my seeds up. I just mark what they are and the date that. Okay, if I sound croaky, I'm sorry. I have allergies going on right now.
Croak.
I know. So I just mark what they are and the date that I harvested them. Well, harvested the seeds. So that helps me keep in track of my older stuff. So I have to use my older stuff before I do my others. And I move my hands too much.
No, but you're whacking the table and then the whole camera goes clunk.
Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll start off with my kale. Well, I already have a bag for the kale. So I had already gathered some already. I have enough that What? You're laughing at me.
You have enough to feed kale to the world.
I have enough to feed the whole army of every country. And enough maybe to pass out at our next Homestead meeting.
Yeah, but the ladies would like that. I
don't
hope
think
y'all
I've
like
passed
kale.
I don't think I've passed kale out yet, though. So I'll just add that to my growing amount. And I have more out there that needs to dry. So
it just feels wrong to not collect it.
So I'll seal that up. And there's my kale. And then I'll do the same for everything else, but for the peas. I'm going to take my peas and run them through the dehydrator on a very low temperature for a bit, just to make sure that they are thoroughly dried. So I don't want to have to run the risk of mold, and since the peas are bigger, I'm not a risk taker.
You're not a gambler.
No. I have to make sure that, I mean, look, I have so much. If those mold, it's gonna break my heart. So I'm gonna run these through maybe overnight on a low temperature in the dehydrator. Just get that done. So I'm gonna do my marking of the bags for all the rest of these. If I just have a little bitty amount, I'll just put them back into their original bag or main envelope, maybe? That's the term? I'm not sure. But, what?
The camera keeps shaking, Sarah.
Okay, I won't touch the table. Okay, I do better outside than inside. So, hey David. So, if you want to show David or no? Guest starring David.
There we go.
So, if you liked this video, please give us a little thumbs up. Leave a comment if you have like any different ways that you gather your seeds, that if I'm missing something, if I'm like ruining my seeds, if I'm doing something wrong, please tell me. If you have any other video ideas for us, leave those in the comments below. Share us to everybody. Don't touch the table. And
now I've made you paranoid.
And
if anyone has any questions.
Oh yes. If you have any questions, like why I picked the varieties I did, or anything, absolutely anything, leave those in the comments below, and until next time.
Thanks for watching Ozark Family Homestead.